mean is it's not just in the TV and film industry. You actually
Yeah,
have a brand. So
called Moviso, is it right? Moviso. It stands for Make Me Over Inside Out. Yes, based in London. And it was, the brand itself was birthed from just the fact that, like, as I have an issue with being put in a box. I've always been known as a good hairstylist. As I said, self-taught from an early age. Went and actually did those studies because it always bothered me that I didn't have certain qualifications behind me. But I, unlike many stylists, didn't come up under, you know, some of the, you know, afro hair greats of the UK. Nobody trains me. I can't say that I was trained at this particular school, or I don't have that. So yeah, I reached a point where I felt like still people place me in a box, and I'm good at a lot of things. I'm good at hair, I'm good at makeup, I'm good at styling, clothes. There's a lot of things I'm good at, but I felt like I had to choose. And yeah, I reached a point where I didn't want to choose anymore, and I knew that I didn't want to be defined as just a hairstylist. So I created this brand. At the moment, hair is the one area and element that I'm focusing on, but eventually all those other areas I do plan to develop under that brand. And it doesn't necessarily have to be through me, but eventually have a team of people that can meet all those needs. And the goal for the brand is about balance, understanding that, you know, it's, you need to focus on your hair as much as your makeup, as much as your health, your nutrition, your fitness. That's actually what the whole brand is about. But the hair has always been the area of my life that's been blessed the most, in my opinion, and that's what's always just been consistent. So I'm working with that until it's time to transition into something else or add something to the repertoire, should I say.
Fantastic. Yeah. So what, in your opinion, do you think would be the turning point when this will become, this need will become so obvious that it cannot be ignored anymore?
A lot of the time, unfortunately, it only changes when it happens to someone who has a lot of impact, whether it be in the, you know, so it usually only changes when it's personal. It's happened to someone personally. So whether it be that, you know, I don't know, the heads of these departments have a daughter, and the daughter finds out that she, something like that, and it hits closer to home. That's a lot of the time when things change. And I know that shouldn't be the case, but this has been an issue for a long time. Yeah. A very, very long time. So if I'm honest, I don't know what it will take, but I do know that usually when something impacts you personally, and if you're a person of influence, things start to change, basically. So yeah, or it will be that there's just a new wave and a new, you know, the new generation of young people coming up. A lot of them are naturally already have some sort of skill because they can do their hair themselves, and those are the ones that now start to just apply for jobs and get those jobs. But like I said, unfortunately, it is a lot of not what you know, it's who you know. So what happens in a lot of these situations is the same people get hired for the same thing because their name's already known, your name's on this list as a contact, and they always get the job. So unless they are willing to almost step aside and make room for somebody else, or, you know, something like that, or it's going to take for the, as I said, like someone like yourself, an actress or an actor, to speak up and say, well, you know, this isn't fair on us. We actually, you know, we're here to do a job, and this is not one area of our job that we should have to be concerned with as well. And yeah, when there's a big voice, one voice that's unified, but a lot of people coming together, eventually they're going to have to pay attention to that.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Natalie, for taking the time to just speak on this topic. It's clear that you're very passionate about it and that you know a lot about it, and you've got the experience to back it up. So it's really helpful, I think, for others within the industry who aren't necessarily actresses, other hairstylists as well, to hear it from someone who understands, who gets it, from that side of the chair, from that side of the table, because it's hard. It's easy for me to say, you know, why don't hairstylists understand my needs or care about my needs, when in fact it's clear to see from your journey that actually even finding the resources to equip yourself with this knowledge is incredibly hard to find. And then there's
hard. It is hard.
Well, it's really enlightening that you've shared on that. So thank you for sharing your story in this conversation.
No problem.